In this lesson we do some work on measuring angles. Now there's going to be 3 steps to follow, 1, 2, 3, but we won't explain those steps until we see what we're doing. We've got a protractor here, and when I talk about a center point, I'm talking about that point there. With an angle, we talk about the vertex, okay, that's the sharp point, and the baseline, which is that line there. We're going to be making sure we match it up with this baseline in the protractor. Okay, now let's go through the steps. First step, place the center point on the vertex. So that center point there we're going to place on the vertex. Okay, so we'll do that. Now we need to match up the baselines. Alright, well they're already matched up. They're right on top of each other. The next step is to read off the angle measuring from 0. So there's from the base there. Now from 0, okay, notice there's a 0 degrees and a 180 degrees. So we're going from the 0, so we're going to use the outside numbers. And if we measure that off, we get 50 degrees. Okay, move the protractor out of the way. And let's mark in the 50 degrees there. And often we'll do that little line as such. Okay, our next angle there. Oh, it looks like an obtuse angle. Expect to get an angle size more than 90 degrees. Well, there's our protractor. Let's follow the steps. Place the center point on the vertex. So the center point there, we're going to be putting it right there on the vertex. Match up the baselines. Okay, they're already matched up. Okay, we'll look at some examples later when they're not. And then we read off the angle measuring from 0. So again, from the baseline there, the 0 is on the outside. And we measure right around. And as we expected, more than 90 degrees. In fact, 125 degrees. So let's mark the 125 degrees there, and there we have it. The next one, okay, this time an acute angle less than 90. So there's our protractor. Place the center point on the vertex. Okay, there's the center point. Put it on the vertex very accurately. Now we need to match up the base lines. Okay, this time, this baseline and this baseline, they're not on top of each other, so let's turn the protractor around a little bit. So let's rotate. Now they're matching. Terrific. We then read off the angle measuring from 0. So from the 0, again on the outside there, we'd measure that and look very carefully. We'd find 58 degrees. Terrific. Right, the next one. Again, an acute angle, a smallish angle. So let's bring our protractor in. First step, center point onto the vertex. So let's move the protractor. The next step is to match up the baselines, but they are already matched up. So then we read off the angle measuring from 0. So this time though, notice where the 0 is? It's on the inside. So measuring from the inside there, we get 25 degrees. Okay, so let's mark in the 25 degrees. As expected, it's an acute angle, so we expected the angle to be less than 90 degrees. Okay, the final one there looks like an obtuse angle. Okay, more than 90 degrees, but less than 180. So there's our protractor. Place the center point on the vertex. Let's move it across. Match up the baselines. Okay, there's the baseline of the protractor. There's the baseline of the angle, so we need to do a bit of rotation there. Now they're matching up nicely. And then read off the angle measuring from 0. So the 0 again this time on the inside. So measuring right around there, it would be 138 degrees. So let's mark our angle as such.